Antonio Brown won't be there because he's been very busy this morning on Twitter. More, what's the latest?
Yes, scorched earth, I think is what you said. He seems to be having a scorched earth philosophy, right?
And here's the tweet that he posted this morning. Will not be playing the NFL anymore. These owners can cancel deals, do whatever they want at any time. We will see if the NFLPA holds them accountable. Said they can just void guarantees anytime. Going on $40 million, 2 months. We'll see if they pay up.
And he was due a $5 million check Monday for part of his $9 million signing bonus. That check's not going to get cut. He's collected a game check, but it was a small game check. But here's one thing. That scorched earth thing, he has subsequently tweeted negative things about allegations that have been made about Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, and everybody's familiar with what happened in that, even though there's no settlement or anything going on there right now. He's tweeted about Shannon Sharp, a Hall of Fame tight end, when he left the game, accused of some sexual allegations that were not, I don't think they were resolved, do you? And then Ben Roethlisberger, who was suspended in 2010 for 6 games for personal conduct involving some sexual misbehavior or assault. Roethlisberger was suspended in 2010 for 6 games, reduced to 4 games. Anyways, Antonio Brown is basically tweeting all the sins of others while not really talking about his.
A scorched earth policy. And the interesting part here is that the New England Patriots, who released him on Friday, would not have released him had he not sent the group text messages to the latest accuser of Antonio Brown's. But once he did that, while he was a member of the New England Patriots organization, the Patriots felt that they had no choice but to move on from him. All the other acts that he carried on were before he got to Foxborough. New England was willing to live with those. It was unwilling to live with the group text message that Antonio Brown sent out this week to his latest accuser, Sam.
Yeah, guys, that group text confirmed, and his tweets this morning confirmed that everybody who, when he got picked up by the Patriots, was saying this was all a part of his plan, right? Like crazy like a fox. This was all his thing. Clearly, there's no planning involved in any of this. Wow. He seems to just be going by how he feels by the moment, and I'm sure this is nowhere near over. But, Randy, you saw him say he's done in the NFL. Are you buying that?
Him saying that he's done, that's him saying it. But what is the National Football League saying? There's one thing that really stands out to me, and is, you know, I've been saying for the last couple of months about just shutting up and playing football. And now, you know, you're here at home tweeting on Sunday. That's our day to go out there and do what we love to do. And you've been to Pittsburgh, you've been to Oakland, you've been to the defending Super Bowl champions, New England Patriots. Now, out of all those 3 places you've been up to today, where is the accountability for his actions and everything?
He's calling everybody else out, nothing on himself.
Yes. And so I think from a player looking at another player of Antonio Brown's caliber, it's very frustrating to see everything that's going on now. It's like we're sitting here like glad that he's not on the football field. You know, I'm speaking from a teammate. I would not want to come in on Sunday or come in during the week and we cannot focus on the game of football. And now that he doesn't have football, the people around him close better just pay attention to him and just keep him close.
I just think about the opportunity that he had. All right, let's sum up here, okay? You get signed by the defending Super Bowl champions. They welcome you there. The best quarterback head coach combo in the history of the game. They put you out there on the very first game. They force feed you the ball. They get you the touchdown. They welcome you. They put everything off behind you. You are due $5 million on Monday, and you still can't control yourself. When that happens, I look at it and it's like, man, this is rock bottom right here. And he doesn't realize where he is. Like Randy's saying, there is no accountability yet to say, you know what? Maybe some of this, if not all of it, is on me, and I got to work on myself.
Look, last week we talked about it. I said that if he can't play for Bill Belichick, he can't play for anybody in the league. Trust me, he's done. It's a privilege to play and coach in the National Football League.
Yeah.
All right? But you got to earn your way there. Not everybody's perfect. We understand that. But this guy, forget it. He's done with it. I got news for you, Antonio. The NFL's going to go. We're going to play games, and you're not going to be out there. I used to tell my players all the time that some of the best athletes in the world are walking the street, and nobody gives a rat's about them. Why? Because Who cares?
Yeah.
They did. Hey, did they do drugs? Did they, commit crimes? Did they drop out of school? Did they do all these things? Who cares? And that's the thing with him. He's in the past, and it's unfortunate. He was a phenomenal player. I love watching him play. But right now, forget about it. He's done. We ought to get rid of this. Never say another word about this guy.
Yeah, I think we all understand in life in general, the relationship between decisions and the subsequent consequences that come along with it. We all understand it. It's inherent. You get it. You engage in behavior that's not appropriate, you're going to have consequences. And in the NFL, what's interesting about what you just talked about in the NFL, there's a propensity to give people second chances, third chances, where sometimes we sit here and shake our head, go, we should be pulling the cord on that guy because he's not quite getting it. And Antonio is one of those guys who, in Pittsburgh, some of the things he was doing in Oakland, I mean, the things he was doing in Oakland were just ridiculous. I've never even heard of this.
Right.
There's so many players in the NFL, like we were talking about this helmet issue, right? All these guys are adjusting. Some of the greatest players that have ever played this game currently are adjusting to the new helmet rule, but one guy is using it as an excuse to not be with his teammates. One guy, and you have management sitting there behind him, backing him and backing him and backing him. At some point in time, you would think most people who kind of think rationally would go, you know what, maybe I need to take accountability and go, hey, you know what, I need to change my behavior a little bit. Otherwise, the consequences aren't going to be good. No, it doesn't work there.
Until I put in some work on myself.
Exactly. You get out of there, you embarrass that place. You have people out there in Oakland with their heads down going, man, we were just made to look like fools. But they move on. You're tweeting pictures of yourself running around in your backyard talking about I'm free. You're free from what? This team was willing to pay you a mint, and you're free. Okay, then you go up to the place where you guys have both been.
Right.
And you're right, Teddy. They're basically have the rest of the league sitting there going, man, Bill is being arrogant. Why would he do this? And he's still saying, I'm going to give you another shot.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you another shot.
The Patriots statement where they said, we'd like to thank all of the people that were involved in helping us.
You have the guy who's considered the greatest of all time, Tom Brady, the greatest winner of all time, taking a personal interest in you, and you still won't stop. You tell me why you would give him another chance at this point.
And I'll say this, though. I'll say this.
But someone will, probably.
Until he's able to turn it on himself and say, you know what? Because I think there is still a chance for him to play in the NFL. But first, it starts with that accountability word and him saying to himself, okay, I got to step away and I got to work on myself. There's some things I've got to fix, and I'm going to do that.
You know what?
However long that helps. You know the rehab process the players can show.
But clearly today he's not ready to do that.
Not today.
What? And you know what? What's interesting, I mean, tell you this, how bad does it have to be in your own head for you to then start pulling up the dirty laundry of other people and putting it on social media today?
Well, we know.
I mean, seriously, other guys who are brothers of yours, so to speak, in the NFL, and you're going, well, you did this, you did that.
No, Antonio Brown has proven time and time again what Antonio Brown cares about is Antonio Brown. But I will say this, to your point about accountability and not playing by the rules, one of the many reasons why he hasn't been accountable is because he hasn't had to be. Time and time again, we've seen people pass him along, make concessions for the things he's done. And as you guys know, as very talented people, that's what our society does. If you have supreme talent and ability, something that we esteem in society, we let stuff go. And this is what you end up getting sometimes.
True.
And it's unfortunate for everybody involved. Obviously, there will be a lot more to come out about this. The NFL is still doing their investigation. Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, this is the big X factor in the NFL right now as we pay close attention. 12's hands. Aaron Rodgers will see a familiar face today in Vic Fangio. The Broncos head coach was the Bears defensive coordinator in the previous 4 years, and Rodgers had an impressive 14 touchdown passes to just 2 interceptions in those games, but was also sacked 17 times. So we know the Packers have had issues on the O-line. The big unknown, the big question this offseason was what were we going to see from this offense? Yeah. First-year head coach Matt LaFleur working with a vet, obviously, in Aaron Rodgers. How much ownership would he give Aaron at the line of scrimmage? What have you seen so far, Matt?
From what I see, Aaron Rodgers has everything he's ever had at the line of scrimmage. Audibling, killing it, changing the play, changing formation, changing protection. Go to last week, 3rd down. They're in an empty backfield set. That means I only have 5 linemen to block. Aaron motions in the running back, changes the formation. Let's listen to him.
Hey, 77.
You hear him there, 77. I'm going to a 7-man protection. He brings Jimmy Graham in. He brings the running back in. He says, come back in the formation. Now he looks out to the wide receivers. Let's listen to this one. A little hand signal, scout, scout. What's that mean? Someone's running an out. He's now changed the formation, he's changed the protection, and now he has changed the routes. And then he does what Aaron Rodgers always does. If a guy is open, he makes it look simple. He makes it look easy. Devontae Adams, first down. That's Aaron Rodgers doing it all like he always has done.
Well, that's pretty good, man. That's some good quarterback stuff. Give me that right now. That was nice. That was nice. But I'm going to tell you, why they're so successful. Let's go to the defensive side of the ball, okay? And nothing that complex in terms of verbal audibles and all that stuff. Just superstars. And right now, the first one is Kenny Clark and how he's playing the get off the ball, the power. But watch the feet of this big man, able to go around all of this trash in his feet and still get boom, a nice swat on the quarterback right there. Ball disruption. Ball's on the ground. The Packers defense, they're getting turnovers. The other player I want to highlight, Jair Alexander. He's been balling from his cornerback position. You see him right here. Start to squeeze the wide receiver, but there's a flat route. The vision, the eyes, seeing the quarterback, seeing the throw, seeing the ball. Such a ball hawk, still is able to get out that ball. Incomplete pass right there. Jair Alexander, Kenny Clark, two of the stars on defense. They've been playing really well.
Yeah, and the numbers show you give this team a top 10 defense and you're in trouble. That's all Aaron Rodgers needs. Last time he had that,
that's what quarterbacks need.
Went to the Super
They need some defense.
Oh, sorry.
Heavy hands at the point of it. I got it.
Something else to take note of today, though. Jimmy Graham, you showed him in that first clip. He is questionable with a groin injury, so we'll see how they do out there today.